All right, you're here because you have an interest or a job in managing inventory. If that's not you, then what are you doing? This is going to make it super simple. For SKU Compass, there's only like two things you really got to do when you onboard. Connect your store, Walmart, Amazon, set your lead times, and the rest is just automatic, and then you can manipulate the numbers as you go. This is the Amazon FBA screen. This is where everything pulls in, and then it looks at your sales velocity, which you set in onboarding. You can change it in SKU details, but it looks at your sales velocity and then projects out how many days of stock do you want. You get to set that. So right now it's like defaulted to 59. It defaults to 70. I messed around with a little bit, but you can set it like, so now it's set to 55, and it's going to tell you, hey, the estimator tells you it needs 306 units of this SKU. That's what you need to send into Amazon. And it's telling you that because you have a 33-day supply. You have 470 total. There's 375 available. So the difference between total and available are things moving around the system, which you can see that if you scroll over. There's 14 reserved, 19 processing. Right here, your sales per day is 14.10. So that 0.1, that 10 matters because that is a velocity that's going to matter, because if your sales are 3.1 versus 3, that does matter over time. But it's not a whole lot of work. You can drag this around. I have clients that want 90 days of stock. That can be overkill. You're going to wind up with long-term storage fees if you start planning at 90 days, but nevertheless, you need 799 units for that one. And there's other things you can do with this this simple dashboard. You can use the total inventory, which is this number here, this 470, or you can use available for projections. Now, so when you actually send stock into Amazon, as soon as you hit submit on your plan, it actually counts as total inventory. So that's why there's the buttons here, use available, use total, then you can manipulate that and actually project based on each SKU. You can also set this to, if you were doing FBM, you want to switch it to FBA, you can look at, hey, if I were only doing FBM and I want to move this to FBA, what does that look like? You can do FBA, you can do AFN, which is affiliate network, things like TikTok. If that's you, if you have TikTok, you'll have to turn that on and select brand and pull in multi-channel. That will flow into your data as well. You can also set an FBA override. So you want to project out a certain number. So you want to move your 14.1 to 30. You can do that as well. Other things you can do, there's another planner right here. And this one, you can just set the number of days. You can say, hey, what are the things that need to be resupplied? You can quickly do that right there. There's my two SKUs. You can click on those SKUs. This is going to give you the breakdown of there's 27 days supply available, and there's nothing inbound. There's nothing in the warehouse. You can also set this chart to go back 365 days. And I'll kind of tell you here, like I sent in, this is actually a friend's brand, but they sent in on November 5th units. They didn't arrive until November 18th. That can kind of give you an idea of like how long is it taking for these things to stock. Later on, this will actually feed Amazon to create plans. Other things you can do in here, you can do AWD. You can track stock there. You can make AWD the stock inside SKU Compass. So for all the calculations, it'll use AWD. If you have subscribe and save, it'll graph that out for you. And fees, this is going to tell you what fees are being charged on your FBA, what fees are going to be charged on your long-term storage. So you can see for this brand, it's not a whole lot. They're managing it very well. There's additional settings in Amazon here, but this is for Amazon FBA. Super simple. There's not a whole lot to do. You can just come in and check this once in a while and be like, hey, if you're planning at a 60-day stock, you don't have to plan very often. You can do it once a week, unless you know sales velocities are changing. Guys, this is inventory planning for Amazon FBA, AWD. You can see a lot more videos. There's more to come, but follow us, click like, click share, try out SKU Compass. There's a 30-day trial. We'd love to help you onboard. There's not a lot to do, but we'll walk you through the system and make sure you're all set up. Catch you later.